Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really plunging into the world of connecting global talent with opportunities. It's quite a fascinating area.
It really is.
We've been looking through sources like HireHub International, connecting Bangladesh to global careers, and also the client collaboration journey.
Right.
And our mission, really, is to uncover the structured approach behind making these international careers happen and, understand that whole client journey too.
hmm
What I found pretty compelling, actually, is that we're looking at a leading government-approved agency from Bangladesh. That feels significant.
It absolutely is.
Mm.
This isn't just about, say, finding someone a job overseas. It's about navigating what can be a really complex, sometimes tricky landscape.
Yeah.
Having that official government approval, well, that adds a layer of credibility. It's a big differentiator, builds trust, ensures some transparency for everyone involved.
Okay, so let's unpack that then. HireHub International, according to the sources, who exactly are they? What's their main goal?
Well, they are, as you said, a fully government-approved manpower agency. They operate under Bangladesh's Ministry of Expatriates Welfare and Overseas Employment. They got the official license and everything.
Based in Dhaka.
Based in Dhaka, yeah. And their core mission is pretty clear. Bangladeshi talent could be skilled, semi-skilled, maybe people just starting out, connect them with jobs around the world.
And they've had some success.
Oh, yeah, quite a bit. The sources mentioned they've helped thousands find work. Think places like Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, Iraq, Bahrain, Oman, Brunei.
Wow, quite a list.
It is. And they really seem to emphasize professionalism, integrity, efficiency. What's interesting is they're not just like a placement agency. They position themselves as a trusted HR consultancy too.
Right, so it's more than just matching CVs. What does that broader support actually involve? What kind of services are we talking about?
It's pretty comprehensive. It covers the whole journey, really, from when a candidate first starts looking right through to final deployment. So that includes things like proper candidate training and trade testing. That's
Yeah.
huge because employers need to know the skills are verified.
Right, definitely. Addresses a key concern.
Exactly. They also talk about having a strong recruitment infrastructure, dedicated teams, a big database of talent to make matching efficient.
Makes sense.
And they provide full support during the selection and deployment. Plus, their membership in BALIRA, that's the Bangladesh Association of International Recruiting Agencies, adds another layer of credibility. It shows they adhere to industry standards. It's all about empowering the workforce.
Okay, so that covers the support for the individual worker, which sounds pretty robust. But what about the employers, the clients who are looking for this talent?
Ah, yes.
How does that collaboration journey work? Our sources mention a specific client collaboration journey with, I think, 4 steps.
That's right. And this is where you really see their structured approach come into play. It's quite methodical.
Okay, walk us through it. Step 1.
Step 1 is meeting with clients. Pretty straightforward, but
Yeah.
crucial. It's all about having a real conversation, digging deep to understand the client's goals, what they actually need, their expectations, building that solid foundation.
Got it. Then step 2.
Planning to execute. So the HireHub team takes all that info, they review it, brainstorm, strategize, and then they create a clear, customized plan specifically for that client's project. No cookie-cutter stuff.
Makes sense. Tailored approach. What's step 3?
Executing the plan. Here, they go back to the client, walk them through the proposed plan, the specific offers. Once everyone's agreed, they handle every step, emphasizing care and transparency, keeping the client in the loop.
Okay, sounds good. And the final step.
Project delivery and support. This is where they hand over the final product, presumably the recruited personnel deployed. But it doesn't just stop there. They make sure the client is comfortable, knows what's next, and they offer ongoing support, answering questions, providing guidance.
It really does sound like a well-defined process.
Yeah, and you can see how having these clear, structured steps helps ensure both the worker and the employer feel supported. It manages expectations and hopefully leads to the right fit throughout what is, let's face it, a pretty complex international process.
Right.
It just highlights how vital that clear framework is.
Yeah.
From the very first contact all the way to after the placement is done.
So, thinking about all this, what's the bigger takeaway here for you listening? If you're interested in global mobility or international HR, or even just how projects get managed efficiently.
Well, I think what this model shows is in this complex world of moving talent across borders, maybe the real innovation isn't always some fancy new tech. Sometimes it's about systematizing trust.
Systematizing trust. I like that.
Yeah, through these structured, transparent processes like HireHub seems to use. It's almost like a blueprint for how countries can formally manage and scale up, sending their skilled people abroad, bridging those gaps in geography and skills.
That's a great point. Okay, so here's one final thought that's something for you to chew on.
Yeah, maybe consider just how critical that trust and clear communication really are in any international venture. It doesn't matter if you're the person looking for the job overseas or the company trying to build a global team.
Hmm.
How could these principles, this idea of structured collaboration we saw in recruitment, how might that apply elsewhere? In any project, really, where you have diverse groups needing to work together effectively across borders or cultures?